Hey, what's up, guys? It's Cypher from CypherPK.com, and today I am reviewing the new sets that are coming in with the Update 12. This is on the PTS right now for Update 2.6.0, and I'm just giving you my initial reaction to the new Undaunted sets, the new item sets, and everything that's new that are on the templates. Now, there might be some sets that are not on the template that are new. I'm not sure about that. Usually that is the case. I don't know about any of the crafting stuff or any of those changes yet. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to react to what they have on the template right now in my inventory and let you guys know my initial reaction. So let's get right into it. We'll start off with the good stuff. Let's start off with the Undaunted sets, monster helmets. I assume this is it. So yes, there's a lot, 17 new ones. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. I think it's 17. I think I just like miscounted because I'm an idiot. So we're gonna take all these sets. Start from the top. Chokethorn. Magical Recovery One Piece. When you use a heal ability, you have a 15% chance to summon a Strangler sapling that heals you or an ally for 18,800 health over 4 seconds. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. Cool. I like the One Piece Magical Recovery on that set bonus. Grokdar. 933 Maximum Magicka One Piece. I'm glad that they're finally adding some One Pieces that affect Magicka and recovery and things like that. When you deal damage, you have a 10% chance to create lava pools that swirl around you, dealing 2,000 flame damage to all nearby enemies within 8 meters of you every 1 second for 5 seconds. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. Okay. So the thing is, you gotta remember, guys, is these tooltips are based off of my stats without any gear on. So some of the damage on these tooltips is actually gonna be a lot higher when I put points into like Elemental Expert and I actually have gear and things. So take that with a grain of salt. Ice Heart adds 124 magic recovery. Wait, no, did we already look at this? When you use a healing ability. Ice Heart. Okay, Ice Heart has Chokethorn inside of it. So I don't know what Ice Heart actually does. Seems to be a mistake. Infernal Guardian. 933 Maximum Magicka. When you use a damage shield ability, you have a 50% chance to lob 3 mortars over 2 seconds at the furthest enemy from you, that each deal 5,308 flame damage to all enemies within 5 meters of the blast area. This effect can occur once every 6 seconds. That's actually pretty badass. Crag. 1867 Physical Penetration. I don't think I've ever seen a bonus, like a One Piece bonus that gives you physical penetration. That's interesting. That's actually really interesting. I wonder how that'll play out. When you deal damage, you have a 10% chance to spawn Drew limbs that create shockwaves in front of you, dealing 1254 physical damage every 0.4 seconds for 1.2 seconds. This effect can occur once every 3 seconds. Physical penetration. I'm going to put these on after I look at them and let you guys know how they look like. Lambrus. Maximum Magicka. When you deal flame or shock damage, you have a 10% chance to summon a meteor shower of that damage type that deals 1254 damage to all enemies within 4 meters every 1 second for 5 seconds. Each effect can occur once every 8 seconds. Alright, interesting. Pirate Skeleton. Physical resistance and spell resistance One Piece. When you take damage, you have a 6% chance to transform into a skeleton and gain major protection and minor defile for 12 seconds, reducing your damage taken by 30%, but reduce your healing received by 15%. This effect can occur once every 15 seconds. What? What can you do as a skeleton? This helmet looks amazing, by the way. Hold up, guys. I'm trying to turn a skeleton. I gotta test this set out. I want to see how this looks like before I look into the other. Any second now. Hey Lecture, welcome to the stream. Obviously when you have a lot of people hitting you... Oh, there we go. Oh my god. Reduce damage taken by 30%. But reduce your healing by 50%. This effect can occur once every 15 seconds. See, this guy's DC, and I'm AD. But we can see each other in a PvE zone. Alright, that was pretty cool. Let's continue. Celine set. 933 maximum stamina. When you deal direct melee damage, you have a 50% chance to call on a primal spirit that mauls the closest enemy in front of you for 11,000 physical damage. This effect can occur once every 4 seconds. What? I gotta try some of these out, guys. I gotta try some of these out. And this looks crazy good too. These sets look amazing. Great job on the design. Does this count as physical damage? Whoa! Are you kidding me? 11,000 physical damage? Like, that's unbuffed and everything? Oh my god. Oh my goodness! Celine is the new Veldrith, dude. Celine is better than Veldrith. Well, Veldrith is better for probably PvE, but for single target, this bear is crazy, man. Oh my god. Fuck, I gotta run. Gotta run, boys, gotta run. That is crazy. That is what I need on my Night Blade. That bear is gonna be mauling some people. Oh my god, that set is crazy, man. Forget Veldrith. Veldrith is dodgeable. Veldrith is not as consistent as this, but Veldrith hits like 3 different things, right? So it's better for PvE. But this is the set, man. This is the set. Celine, hello. I think the bear is dodgeable, by the way. I think you can dodge the bear. I assume you can. But 15% chance on a 4-second cooldown. That's crazy. Celstrix. Maximum stamina. But why didn't they give a set like that to Magicka builds? Like melee Magicka. Listen. Hear me out real quick. Hear me out, Zenimax. Hear me out real quick, okay? Hear me out real quick, alright? Stamina already has Veldrith. Stamina is already very strong. And they have Veldrith, which in a way acts the same, you know, it serves the same purpose. Right? Why not make this set Magicka? Because what Magicka melee builds are out there? Melee Magicka Nightblade, Melee Magicka DK, and Melee Magicka Templar, right? And Magicka Nightblade melee and Magicka DK melee, they suffer. Like they're not the top classes. A set like this for them would be amazing. Like if a DK could like summon something to help finish off his targets while he's whipping them, or a Magicka Nightblade, like it would be something, you know? I just feel like they stack the stamina sets with so many like cool abilities. Like Veldrith is already stamina based, and this is another stamina based. Similar, they serve like similar functions in a way, right? I just don't see these new Undaunted sets, like a lot of them, like the Magicka based ones that we saw earlier. I didn't see anything that kind of stood out to me as like a Magicka DPS. Like look, let's look at the Magicka DPS ones real quick. 10% chance to create a lava pool that swirls around you, dealing 2,000 flame damage. You know, like these are dot based, you know, easy to avoid, easy to see, very televised abilities that kind of just, they're like, for PvP perspective, PvP is all about burst damage. All these Magicka based sets that have been added, I'm not done looking at them, but all the Magicka based sets that have been added from what I've seen so far, look, when you deal flame or shock damage, you have a 10% chance to summon a meteor shower of that damage type that deals 1254 damage to all enemies within 4 meters, 1 second every 5 seconds, 8-second cooldown. That's very underwhelming. That's very underwhelming. Compare Valken Scoria, right? Valken Scoria is like a really small percent chance, and it's based off of dots, and dots aren't that strong in PvP. They're strong in PvE, they're not that strong in PvP. So I just feel like you should reconsider on some of these sets, especially this one, and maybe make it Magicka. I don't know, or maybe give us something Magicka based set. Change one of these current Magicka sets to be a little bit more bursty. Apparently Valken Scoria has been buffed. I am about to look at it, okay? Someone told me Valken Scoria has been buffed. I'm about to look at it after I'm done looking at these sets. So Selene, we'll look at Selene. Silistrix. Maximum stamina. When you deal damage, you have 10% chance to create an earthquake under the enemy that erupts after 2 seconds, dealing 3,000 physical damage to all enemies within 4 meters, and stunning them for 3 seconds. So, this set is not going to be used. I'll tell you why. At least in PvP. 2 seconds is a very long time. So when an earthquake is under me for 2 seconds, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you know, I'm just gonna do this. Just gonna run right out of the earthquake and do this. I gotta test the set, see how big the earthquake is, but from what I can tell, 2 seconds gives you just enough time to like do this. If there's an earthquake underneath me, you know, just gotta do that. 2 seconds is a really long time. You know that one PvE set, Undaunted set that spawns a little crystal ball that explodes? It's used in PvE because, you know, the mobs are not really smart, so they don't run out of the way. But it's not used in PvP that much because that little crystal blast. What's the set called? Someone tell me in the chat. That little crystal blast takes too long to go off. Maybe to reduce the duration on this, so it's maybe more usable in PvP. Now, speaking from a PvP perspective, I don't know how this set plays out in PvE. You said it has a snare attached to it? It doesn't have a snare attached to it. Sentinel of whatever, Rikugans. Adds 2% healing done? That's a very weak one-piece bonus. Because there's a lot of... like, why not 4% healing done? I'm not sure, but let's just see what the other things... When you heal a friendly target, you have a 10% chance to summon a Dwemer Spider that heals for 1,000 health and restores 506 stamina to you and your allies within 5 meters. Every 1 second for 8 seconds. This effect can occur once every 15 seconds. I don't know. I don't know if that's I mean, I don't know. I would never use it, but maybe someone else might have a use for it. Shadow Ren's Visage. Magical Recovery. When you deal damage, you have a 5% chance to summon a Shadow Clanfear for 15 seconds. So I'm liking all these new like summoning abilities. I just hope they actually like have play in PvP, because a lot of times, like when you introduce pets and things that are summoned in PvP, they're not as effective because the NPCs that you summon aren't they aren't tactical things. They're very easy to avoid or to telegraph or to kill. They're not that tactical. They're not that they're not that fast paced. So a lot of times these sets go unnoticed and untouched, like the other summon set that we have currently, the Daedra spawn. But we'll see how this goes. The Clan Fear basic attacks deal 3,000, 300 physical damage and applies minor maim to any enemy hit, reducing their damage down by 50%. This effect can occur once every 15 seconds. You can have almost a 100% uptime on this set, because when you deal damage, you have a 5% chance to summon it, and it summons for 15 seconds, and the cooldown is 15 seconds. So if you're constantly dealing damage, you can keep this little Clan Fear up. But my question is, why Magicka recovery and why physical damage? Does the physical damage that the Clan Fear do, can you boost that damage? Or is that just like a set, physical damage that you really can't touch? I'm not sure. Can I try this set? 15 seconds. The spec can occur once every 15 seconds. No, I'm pretty sure what this means is it can occur once every 15 seconds. So once it spawns, it can occur once every 15 seconds. Not when the thing is done. Not sure. I don't think that's how it works. I would try the set. But I do not think I can proc it right now. Once I get geared, the set looks pretty cool. Once I get geared, I will test all these sets with against players, so I can proc them really reliably. But I'm gonna see if this set, if I can proc. It's a 5% chance, so it's pet damage. No pet damage is currently affected by CP on live. Okay, so if it's physical damage, it's because it's not affected, then that's fine. 5% chance to proc this, so I don't. There it is. There it is. Yo. I don't have dodge roll bound to anything. Yo, I'm getting exposed. Did you guys see the Clan Fear come up? These mudcrabs, man, they're insane. They're fierce. No, I don't have any add-ons currently installed. This is the base UI right now. We already looked at that one. That was this, Shadow Rend. Slime Craw. Health recovery. Gain minor berserk at all times, increasing your damage down by 8%. What's up, BK? I don't know about this one. The health recovery really throws it off for me. I don't see why you would pick this over Veldrith or the other one for damage purposes. The health recovery kind of throws it off. Like if it was weapon damage, spell damage, one piece with this minor berserk. Maybe not even minor berserk. Maybe just an 8% damage bonus. Might be something else. But the health recovery kind of throws it off. Because health recovery is not a very valuable stat right now. Yeah, if you stack it, you can create some annoying builds. But it's not a very valuable stat. But then minor berserk. I'm thinking right now, Nightblades have relentless focus. What other classes can attain minor berserk very easily? I'm not too sure off the top of my head. So maybe it's something to consider. But I wouldn't use this set over like the other sets. Like the other sets are just a lot more powerful in my opinion. I would look into this a little bit more, try to figure something out. Was that Storm? Oh no. Hold up. Storm Fist. 124 stamina recovery. When you deal damage, you have a 10% chance to create a Thunder Fist to crush the enemy, dealing 1448 shock damage every 1 second. for 3 seconds to all nearby enemies within 4 meters, and a final 7,721 physical damage within the fist when the fist closes. This effect can occur once every 8 seconds. I gotta try this. Hopefully I don't get killed by these mud crabs. Yeah, that's not gonna work in PvP. That looks cool, but that's not. I assume you can just dodge roll out of the fist, right? I mean, this is probably a PvE set, but maybe. I don't even know if it is a PvE set. I mean, it looks cool, but like, how are you gonna guarantee that that person stays in the fist? And it deals shock and physical damage. You see? Wait, that still hit him. Okay, that mud crab still got hit by it. It still got hit. I'm gonna try to. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spawn it, and I'm gonna run away, so that it's definitely away from the fist. And I'm gonna try to do that. Okay, not 2 mud crabs. Just 1 is enough. 1 is enough, man. I really need to just put on some gear so I don't run away from these mud crabs. Come on, 10% chance. Let's go. Jeez. It's not working, man. It's not spawning anymore. Okay, well, they didn't want to move out of the way. We'll have to just do more testing with this. Alright, let's check out the last one real quick. These are just the Undaunted sets, by the way. There's still a lot more sets I haven't looked at. I'm gonna get away from the main people. These people are dueling. It's crazy.
Stop, citizen.
Exposed. Swarm Mother. 124 stamina recovery. When you block an attack from an enemy that is further than 5 meters from you, you spin strands of spider silk to pull the enemy to you. This effect can occur once every 2 seconds. Whoa. That's pretty cool. That's pretty good, actually. I mean, you don't need gap closer anymore, right? Someone tries to snipe you. Like, how far away can they be? Like, what if someone tries to snipe you at max distance, right? Or they're on top of a keep and they try to snipe you. Yo, where'd you message me, Beals? Did you text me? Oh, I got you, man. Hold up. Wow. All right. 5 meters? No. It says, when you block an attack from an enemy that is further than 5 meters from you, you spin strands of spider silk to pull the enemy to you. So, and this occurs once every 2 seconds. So you can pull in one person every 2 seconds. This doesn't say they have to be 5 meters away. This is basically, you don't need a gap closer. Like, the thing is, like, you could run this on a Magicka DK, right? Like a tanky Magicka DK, and you can pull them to you. Now, the thing is, okay. Like, it's a good set, right? But you have to give up Bloodspawn, right? If you're running this on a Magicka DK or something. But it's a good set, nonetheless. Because it eliminates the need for a gap closer. Yo, Perun Gaxo, thank you so much for subscribing, man. Welcome to the hood. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Alright, guys, so these are the Undaunted sets. I have to test some of them. I'm still, questioning some. I'm sure there'll be some changes here and there between now and when this goes live. Those are the new sets. Let's look at the Overland sets, or Dungeon sets. Dungeon sets first. Whoa, there's a lot of sets, guys. This is going to be a long, long video, but we'll see. These are a lot of sets. Okay. What I gotta do, though, is I gotta be able to differentiate between these sets and the Undaunted. We'll be able to tell. Armor of Truth. Let's go. Armor of Truth. Let's go through these quickly, guys. Weapon critical. Maximum stamina, weapon damage. When you set an enemy off balance, your weapon damage is increased by 434 for 10 seconds. That is pretty cool. That's actually really good. You can set enemies off balance in a lot of different ways. And I'm sure some abilities even do that. So, nice, really offensive heavy armor set. An offensive, strong heavy armor set. I like that. It comes with weapons as well, by the way. I'm sure everything over here comes with like weapons and jewelry, if I had to guess. But let's go through this, alright? Armor of Truth. Bark Skin. Maximum health, stamina recovery, physical resistance. Reduces the duration of immobilizations and snares applied to you by 50%. When an immobilization or snare is applied to you, you will heal for 930 health and restore 965 stamina. This effect can occur once every 5 seconds. 50% on roots and snares. Cool. That's really actually pretty cool. Bone Pirate. Maximum stamina, stamina recovery, maximum stamina. While you have a drink buff active, your maximum stamina is increased by 1930 and stamina recovery by 289. Whoa. What did I miss? I missed some monster sets? Hold up. Did I miss some monster sets? Troll King. Oh, I missed Troll King. Oh, yeah, I missed actually a couple. My bad, guys. Hold up. Hold on. Swarm Mother was the last one I looked at. Sword Dancer is a set. My bad, guys. Hold up. Here we go. Tremor Scale. My bad. Maximum Stamina. When you taunt an enemy, you have a 50% chance to cause a Dune Ripper to burst from the ground beneath them, dealing 6,000 physical damage to all enemies within 4 meters and reducing their movement speed by 70% for 80 seconds. So this effect can occur once every 4 seconds. This is actually not that bad of a set. If you're running for example, like a master weapon, master sword, like puncture build, even for PvP, you're constantly hitting someone with puncture. That's still going to count as a taunt, and it's a 50% chance to do a lot of physical damage. So I don't know if this actually works on other players. I know you can't taunt other players, but you can still hit players with taunt abilities. And if that's the case, this is actually a pretty nasty set if you run this with like a master sword. I'll have to try this against other players and see how this works. Plus, it also snares them for 70%, and it occurs once every 4 seconds. That's potentially really broken, but we'll see. Troll King, 2% healing done. When you heal a friendly target, if they are still below 6% health, their health recovery is increased by 1494 for 10 seconds. You see, if you're gonna give an armor set the name Troll King, I expected a little bit more troll involved. You feel me? Someone actually made a set, like they predicted what this set was gonna be, and they said it was gonna be a set that increased the knockdown, the knockback by like 5 meters. So if you try to knock someone back using like the destructive touch or spears or whatever, it would increase it by like 5 meters. So you'd be able to push them really far away. But I don't know, the set doesn't seem too cool. I was hoping the Troll King would have a little bit more troll to it. But let's start from the top with the new. These are the dungeon sets, by the way. We already looked at the Armor of Truth. We already looked at Barkskin, and we looked at the Bone Pirate. This Bone Pirate one looks pretty damn good, guys. Maximum stamina, stamina recovery, maximum stamina. While you have a drink buff active, your max stamina is increased by 2,000, and your stamina recovery by 289. That's insane, dude. That's crazy. That's really good. That's really good. And it comes in jewelry and weapons. Drar Hulk. Whoa. Talk about max stamina. Look at this one. Holy. What? They better have some really good Magicka sets, man. Because they have some really good stamina Undaunted sets. Someone said they buffed Valken Scoria. I'm going to check that out. But look at this. Max stamina, max stamina, max stamina. 2,895 max stamina. Look at that. What in the world? This is like a Necro set for stamina, but you don't even need to have a pet active. It's a medium armor. Alright, that's the Hulk. We already looked at this one. Grothar. Jailbreaker. Medium armor. Maximum stamina, stamina recovery. Gain minor expedition at all times. No one's going to use that, but that's... I mean, this is a good role-playing set. Or, I mean, if you're trying to just run around really fast... They should have made it major expedition. Major expedition at all times. That would have been interesting. That would have been a risk. Knight Errant's Mail. We already looked at the pirate set. Oh, that set plus the pirate one. 1 second. This one's heavy armor. Maximum health, maximum stamina, weapon damage. Adds 193 weapon damage to your one-handed shield abilities. When you use one-hand shield ability, you heal for 1206. Okay, let's hold up real quick. When you use a one-handed shield ability, you heal for 1206. Okay, all right. Let's slow that down real quick. So that set with this sword, puncture abilities heal caster for 2,075. So we're talking every time you puncture, you're getting 2,075 here. And then with this set that we just looked at, what was it called? Knight Errant's Mail, you get another 1206. Ooh, I don't want to duel. I don't want to duel anybody running the set, running Master Sword. We got to, you know what? I'm going to make a dueling guild, right? Where you're only allowed to craft gear. That's it. Everything has to be, including the jewelry. You got to craft it. No, I'm seriously going to make a dueling guild, right? But listen, like if you want dueling to be enjoyable, it has to be competitive, and the duels have to finish, right? The duels have to finish. They have to feel like something's happening. So I'm going to create a dueling guild, but I'm gonna like just specify what sets are allowed and what is not allowed, because I am like I don't know what I would do if I was going against someone using this set. Like, I mean, actually, I do know what I was gonna do. I do know what I could do. I do know what I could do. The only issue is, like, you gotta cheese them back just as hard as they're cheesing you. You know, you gotta heal debuff them to 1,000 to do that. Let's naked duels only. Naked duels only. Krag, weird looked at Krag. Lemaia's song. This is light armor. Okay, let's see the light armor abilities. Let us see the light armor sets. How good are they? First one, maximum magicka, magical recovery, maximum magicka. I already like the set bonuses. When you activate your ultimate, you heal you and your allies within 20 meters of you for 7k health. Next. That's cool for, like, you know, stuff. Levathian. Oh my god. Maximum stamina. Weapon critical, 1586, weapon critical. Overload. Hold up. There's no way they overlooked that, right? There's no way they overlooked this, right? There's no way they overlooked this, right? When you activate your ultimate, you heal you and your allies within 20 meters for 7k. There's no way overload works with this, right? No, I'm just putting that out there right now. If overload works on this, we're gonna have some serious problems. This needs to be addressed ASAP, like ASAP, because that could be an issue. That could be a big issue. But this other set, Lambris, not Lambris. Which was Levathian? This is a critical set. Maximum stamina, weapon critical, weapon critical, weapon critical. That's crazy. Look what is going on here. Guys, these guys are harassing me. Leave me alone. I'm trying to do a video. I don't know if anyone would use this critical one, but it's an interesting idea. Light speaker. Another light armor set. Let's go. Maximum health, maximum magicka, spell damage. Adds 386 spell damage to your restoration staff abilities. Okay. That's cool. Why does light armor have to mean healing? Light armor can mean DPS. Light armor can mean a lot of things. It doesn't have to be healing. Lambris. No, we already looked at Lambris. Medusa. Heavy. Maximum health, maximum magicka, spell damage. Gain minor force at all times, increasing your critical damage done by 12%. That's interesting. That's definitely interesting. Net's touch. Light armor. Maximum health, maximum magicka, spell damage. Adds 386 spell damage to your shock damage abilities. I don't know, man. I'm not too sure about these light armor ones. I'm not too sure. I mean, this looks like a overload sorcerer type of thing going on here, but I'm not too sure about them. All right. Wait. That was Net's touch. Pirate skeleton. We're looking at that. Rattle cage. Heavy armor. Maximum health. Double spell damage. Gain major sorcery at all times, increasing your spell damage by 20%. Adds 97 spell damage. We might be talking right here. We actually might. Okay, listen. Hear me out, okay? Magicka DKs, right? We might actually be talking here, okay? This one might actually be really good, and I'll tell you why. Where is it? What was it called? Rattle Cage, right? Listen. Magic and DKs, right? The extra health is important. This double spell damage is important. That's all really important for them, right? Major sorcery is also very important because Magicka DK, compared to all the other classes, Magicka DK struggles the most with like finding enough slots on their bars to do things, right? They struggle the most on finding slots for their abilities. That is a lot of the times I have to give up like a gap closer, or I have to give up a damage dealing ability or an extra dot so I can get structured entropy on my bar, or so I can get reflect or harness, whatever the case is. This actually creates an opening for Magicka DKs in particular. Why does it only apply to Magicka DKs? I'll tell you why. Because okay, Magicka DKs and Magicka Templars, I'll give it to both of them. Because Nightblades, if you're running heavy armor as a Nightblade, you're definitely going to be running Sap Essence. So there's no point in running this set. You already get spell damage from Sap Essence. If you're a Stam Sork, you're definitely going to be running Surge. So you're already getting spell damage. You don't need this set. Templars and DKs benefit from this a lot more. DKs a little bit more than Templars, just because I feel like DKs are in a worse spot, and I feel like they have to give up a little bit more, usually. Yeah, they do have to give up a little bit more. So this kind of opens up a little bit more opportunity for Magicka DKs. Plus it's heavy armor, which is something that Magicka DKs definitely need. It's a good set. This is definitely a good set. This is definitely a good set. That was Rattle Cage, by the way. A few more sets to look at. We already looked at Selene. We already looked at this one. We already looked at this one. Shadowrend. No. Slime Craw. We already looked at that one. Medium. Maximum stamina. Stamina recovery. Weapon damage. Adds 386 weapon and spell damage to your Undaunted abilities. When an ally uses one of your Undaunted ability synergies, you restore 1448 stamina. Hold up. I'm actually getting really distracted by this guy. I'm gonna explain the dueling function in a second. So just give me a second, guys. So that set, I don't know how to feel about that set. It boosts your Undaunted abilities, and if someone uses your Undaunted synergy, you get some stamina back. So that's a little too specific to be useful. It's a little too specific to be useful. That's my concern with that set. Was it Spellunker? Yeah, adds 386 weapon and spell damage to your Undaunted abilities. When an ally uses one of your Undaunted ability synergies, you restore 1448 stamina. That's a little too useful. I mean, not useful enough. It's a little too specific, but maybe some people might find a reason to use it. Spider Cultist. Light armor, let's go. Maximum health, maximum magicka spell damage. Adds 386 spell damage to your Destruction Staff abilities. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's decent if you're running like a Destro-oriented build with like Crushing Shock, Wall of Elements, things like that. Could be useful. It's just when a set bonus is too specific, it loses a lot of potential. In my opinion, it loses a lot of potential when it's too specific. But that set that set's a good set. It's a good set. This guy's back already. Smokeless Fire. He's just following me around. Yo, Smokeless, if you're watching the stream, I'd appreciate it if you just didn't make too much noise. I don't mind you being in the background, but you're making a lot of noise, man. So this set is actually not that bad. It has potential. Storm Fist. We're looking at Storm Fist. Strength of the automatons. Maximum health, maximum stamina, weapon damage. Adds 386 weapon damage to your physical damage abilities. Look. Zenimax, stop. Just stop. Stop. Right here. Just stop. This is an issue because, like I said, when things are too specific, there is an issue. Why do the stamina sets get physical damage bonus by 386, but the Magicka sets get a bonus to Undaunted and get a bonus to Destruction abilities? Why does it only apply to Undaunted and Destruction or Lightning, but the stamina version of it gets all physical damage 386? Why is that the case? This is basically like Hunting's Rage on steroids, because you don't have to use the critical bonuses and you get the maximum health and whatever. So that's an issue right there. That is a big issue. Like I said, when things are too specific, they are not as useful. This is not specific at all. This just says physical damage, right? Let's compare that. Let's compare that really quickly, right? Strength of the Automission adds 386 weapon damage to your physical damage abilities, right? Now let's compare that to Storm Fist. Is that no? Which one is it? Spider Cultist adds 386 spell damage to Destruction Staff abilities. It only applies to Destruction Staff. There was another one earlier that was like a shock-based one. Net's Touch adds 386 spell damage to your shock damage abilities. That's only applying shock, nothing else. Just shock. The other one is Destruction. And then later in the setup, we had one that applied to Undaunted, right? Adds 386 weapon spell damage to your Undaunted abilities. Like the physical damage one is gonna add 386 physical damage to all physical damage abilities. Why wasn't this like bow or 2H or like something specific, right? Something specific. Like every other set for the Magicka version was very specific. This one, physical damage across the board. So that's like an issue right there. That creates a further divide between Magicka and Stamina. There's already a big divide, in my opinion. I feel like Stamina in PvP is outperforming most Magicka builds. Not all of them, but most of them. So this just creates a bigger diversion, a bigger separation between them. We're gonna look at the weapon ultimates in a second. Sorry about that rant. It's just okay. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys agree with me? This is not the final. Let's attack the forums. No, I'm not asking for anyone to attack anyone. Like I don't want that to happen. I just share your opinions. I feel like this is like very obvious. Like that they really favored the Stamina version of this set compared to the Magicka version. I'm gonna tell you guys this one more time for anyone who wasn't paying attention. Look at the set bonus, 5-piece. Adds 386 weapon damage to your physical damage abilities. We got that, right? Adds 386 weapon damage to your physical damage abilities. Let's compare that to the Magicka version. Here's the Magicka version right here. Adds 386 spell damage to your shock damage abilities. Let's compare it to the other Magicka version. Trying to find it. This is the Undaunted version. Adds 386 spell damage. Oh no, this is it. Adds 386 spell damage to your Destruction Staff abilities. Who is singing in the background? These Nords, man. So it's an issue because the Stamina version applies to all Stamina abilities, because pretty much all Stamina abilities does physical damage, while the Magicka versions only apply to either Lightning or Destruction Staff abilities or Undaunted abilities. Like that's not right. Like that's very, very clear. Like Stamina has the better option here, like a huge option here. This set's going to be used. This set's actually pretty damn good. this set's like the better version of Hunting's Rage. And you can wear Hunting's Rage with this set, but this set is just, it's the better version of Hunting's Rage. Because, in my opinion, you don't need that much weapon critical in PvP, because a lot of people run impen and whatever, shields and stuff. So this is giving you that weapon damage that Hunting's Rage gives you, even more, but it's also providing you health and stamina and weapon damage. So, does it drop an impen? I'm pretty sure everything here is going to be dropping an impen. Oh, guys, I am not done looking through the sets, by the way. I am not done looking through all the sets. There might be some Magicka sets that outshine this. So, before anyone flips out, I'm probably flipping out a little bit too early. Before anyone gets, like, just turned or whatever, give it some time. I'm still not done looking through the sets, alright? I'm still not done. Sword Dancer, medium armor. Maximum health, maximum stamina, weapon damage. Adds 386 weapon damage to your dual abilities. So, my question to you is, why would anyone use this set over the other set? Unless they were using this set and the other set, right? If you're using this set and the other one, and you were using dual wield, that'd be a pretty nasty combination. But why would anyone use this set, which increases your dual wield abilities by 386, instead of using the automation set, which increases all your physical damage abilities? Unless the only reason you would ever want the dual wield one over this one is if you were using both this one and the dual wield one. That is the only situation where the dual wield one is better than this one. They are both medium armor, by the way. They are both medium armor. They are both medium armor. This one is medium, and the other one is medium. You skipped one set? No. Did I skip a set? Swarm Mother? Where you look at that? Spider Cult? Storm Fist? I don't think I skipped any sets. Sword Mother? Swarm Mother? We already looked at these sets, guys. If you're just tuning in right now, we already looked at the Undaunted sets. If you missed the part where I looked at the new Undaunted sets, don't worry, I'm posting all this onto YouTube for you guys to look at later. So, don't worry about it. I already looked at all the Undaunted sets. Tooth Row. Maximum stamina. Weapon critical. Weapon critical. Gain major savagery at all times, increasing your weapon critical rating by 2,191. And adds 97 weapon damage. Okay, so this set, I'm sorry, I have to do this. This set, right? Tooth Row. Now, let's go compare Tooth Row to another set that we saw earlier. Where is it? It's hard, I don't remember all these names. Does anyone remember the set that adds a bunch of weapon critical? Why would anyone use Tooth Row over Levathian? I mean, why would anyone use Levathian over Tooth Row unless they were using both of them? Right? Let's look at this real quick. Well, actually, never mind. I take that back. No, I take that back. Because you can have Levathian with the Major Berserk, or the Major Critical. So, you can actually get more weapon critical with Levathian if you have the buff, like, from your abilities. So, it'll stack, right? But the other one just, doesn't have that, so it just has the buff on it. So, that makes sense. That makes sense. Levathian stacks with other crit buffs. This one doesn't. That makes sense. Tooth Row pretty much, like, you have the major savagery and weapon critical, so you don't need to have an ability that gives you that, or a potion that gives you that. You don't have to worry about that. So you have an extra slot open that you can put. While the other one allows you just to get weapon critical out the ass, because the 1500 will stack with major savagery. So it just gives you the option to either go so much into weapon critical, or a lot into weapon critical while also opening up a slot on your, either potions or your abilities. That makes sense. That makes sense. Treasure Hunter, I think we already looked at this. No, we didn't. Light Armor. Maximum Magicka, spell critical, spell critical. Gain Major Prophecy at all times, increasing your spell critical rating by 2191. Adds 97 spell damage. Obviously, this is like a PvE oriented set. I don't really see it being too useful in PvP, but not that bad of a set. The thing about that set, right? Think about it a little bit. Think about this set real quick. This what was it called? Treasure Hunter. So this removes the need to have Inner Light for your critical bonus, which opens up a slot for you. Now the only issue with that is Inner Light gives you maximum magicka on top of that, so you don't want to lose out on the maximum magicka. But as a sorcerer, you don't necessarily need Inner Light because you can toggle Bound Armor and something else for more maximum magicka and keep the critical. So it will be interesting to see how people use this set and what they drop Inner Light for, if it's even worth dropping Inner Light. Because you don't want to use this set with Inner Light, because Inner Light already gives you the spell critical rating. You want to use this set without Inner Light. So you would have to, theory craft a build that benefits with this set, but does not require Inner Light for the extra damage. Okay, that was the dungeon sets, alright? That was all the dungeon sets that I looked through right now. I looked through all the Undaunted and all the dungeon sets. There's a lot of new sets, guys. A lot of new sets. It's hard to keep track of everything. This is probably the longest set review I've ever done. We have overland sets. Overland sets. A lot. Look at all these sets. Holy crap. Okay, apparently people said that there's some really good Magicka-based sets in the overland sets. My only problem is I'm gonna have to go through all these and figure out which ones I already looked at and which ones I didn't look at, because I already looked at a lot of these. All right, Armor of the Trainee. This comes in light. This comes in light. Look, it comes in light, and it comes in weapons, and heavy and medium. Okay, this comes in everything. Maximum health, maximum magicka, maximum stamina. Increase your max health, max magicka, and stamina by 2,415. Interesting. It's definitely interesting. Beekeeper's gear. Heavy. Maximum health. Health recovery. 483 health recovery. It's crazy. We're gonna see some annoying health recovery builds coming up in the near future. Green Pact. Heavy. Maximum health, health recovery, maximum health. While you have food buff active, your max health is increased by 3,861 and health recovery by 193. Definitely interesting right there. I see it, Beals. I see it, man. It's crazy. That's Green Pact. Have we looked at this one already? Yeah. Hatching Shell. Physical resistance, spell resistance, healing taking. Gain a damage shield that absorbs 4,825 damage every 15 seconds. I don't think that's going to be really used, to be quite honest with you, but definitely something to consider. What is going on in the background? Now, you know if I skip anything. Lambrus. Oh, wait, look at that.
Jiggling jelly looks delicious. Can I get the recipe?
Mother's Sorrow. We haven't looked at this one. Okay, this is basically Levathian, but for Magicka builds. Maximum Magicka, spell critical, 1586 spell critical. So you can get some really high spell critical ratings.
Celebrating the king here. Eat like you mean it.
Order of Diagna. Heavy armor. Maximum health, 4% healing taken. Gain minor vitality at all times, increasing your healing received by 8%. Don't see that really being that useful, but we'll see. Plague Doctor. Heavy armor. Maximum health, 4% healing taken. 5,790 maximum health. What in the world? Oh my goodness. What? Holy hell, dude. Oh my god. Blazing Shield builds, here we come. I gotta do that. I gotta make a Blazing Shield Templar. I gotta do that. Rattle Cage. We looked at that. Robes of Hist. Light armor. Maximum health spell damage. Maximum magicka. Reduce the duration of all disabling effects applied to you by 20%. While you're affected by disabling effect, heal for 2k health every 1 second. Actually, not that bad. Overstep. It reduces pretty much all CCs by 20%. But while you're affected by a CC, you're constantly getting healed 2k health every 1 second. It's an interesting set, to say the least. Shadowrend. We already looked at that. We already looked at this one as well. And Silistrix. Skooma Smuggler. Maximum magicka recovery, spell damage. When you drink a potion, you gain major expedition for 30 seconds, increasing your movement speed by 30%. I don't know. I don't know about that. It's interesting, but I don't know about that. It's kind of a funny set. Slimecraw, Spelunker, Spider Cult, this Cowl. We're look at this one. Yeah. Do we look at this one? Yep. Spinner's Garments. Light armor. Maximum magicka, 124 spell damage, 3,861 spell penetration. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a decent amount of spell pen right there. That's the DK movement speed. Maximum stamina weapon damage, 3,861 physical penetration. Spriggan's helmet. Cool. Not bad either. You see right here? These guys got a magicka version and they got pretty much a mirrored version for stamina. Storm Fist, where did that? Strength of the automation. Okay, where look at this one. This is the one I got triggered with. Sword Singer. Where do we look at that? Oh wait, did we look at this one? Adds 386 weapon damage to your two-handed abilities. See, it doesn't make sense that they have the strength of automation, but they have the dual-wield one and they have Sword Singer and Sword Dancer. While the magicka set's only got lightning and Destro. Like, it doesn't make sense that you have one that affects all physical damage, but you don't have one that affects all magical damage. Right? We looked at True Throw. Tremor Scale. We looked at that one. Troll King. We looked at that one. Vampire Cloak. This seems interesting. Maximum health. Maximum magicka. Maximum stamina. I know you can use both. But the only way that the dual wield or the 2H one is even being used at all is if you're using the first one, the physical one. So trainee set. We already looked at this one, right? This was just bugged. Yo, Rage, thank you so much for 1 year. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. By the way, guys, for anyone who's like subbed or donated or whatever during this, I have my notifications off right now because I'm trying to go through all this stuff. Vampire Lord. Look at the jewelry inside the bag. Here's Vampire's Cloak. Add maximum health, spell damage, and maximum health. Gain minor protection at all times, reducing your damage taken by 8%. Alright. That's not that cool, but... Vampire Lord. Add 386 spell damage to your vampire abilities. Reduce the cost of your vampire abilities by 5%. There's only like 2 vampire abilities, right? 2 or 3. I don't see anyone really using this, but it's still an interesting set. There's no battleground right now, but you can duel people. This one. Something Birthright. Maximum health, maximum magicka, spell damage. Adds 386 spell damage to your cold damage abilities. Sweet. It's interesting.